Next up, the brothers Campbell find out what's on the horizon for the cross-channel traveller.
What do you look for when you cross the channel? The cheapest ticket? The quickest journey? Maybe you've got a favourite carrier. Tonight we're going to give you a sneak preview at the future of the cross-channel ferry business, and we introduce you to the little ship that's making a lot of noise. First, to understand where we're going, we need to look back at where we've come from. This is ferry crossing as it was. In the 1970s and 80s, with no tunnel and fewer flights to contend with, the cross-channel business was a real money spinner. Duty-free saw passenger numbers balloon. To cater for the hordes, the ships expanded too. Pack 'em in was the mentality. Luxury and comfort were secondary considerations. Now, all that's changing. Take Norfolk Line, for example. Their image up until last year was a belt and braces service aimed at continental truckers. But oh boy, how times have changed. It's 2006 and Norfolk Line have now brought into service an entirely new fleet of ferries, very much with the tourist passenger in mind.
I wanna be loved by you, just you, nobody else.
Kitted out with restaurants, bars, a cinema and even massage chairs, cross-channel travel has gone all posh.
Ships are tailor-made for families and car transport and truck drivers, but on the ships they have their separate facilities and they don't mingle with each other. I think that gives quite a unique experience.
One thing that people really do care about is price, isn't it?
Any ferry company will mention their lowest possible fare. You may not be able to book at that at 10 o'clock on a Friday night. The fare will be quite different, and there's a lot of dynamic pricing going on. I think that's good because it gives the customers different choices for different products, in fact.
Currently operating between Dover and Dunkirk, although Norfolk Line have invested heavily in smaller, faster ferries, they could have gone even faster and even smaller. This is one of a new generation of super-fast ferries. So fast, in fact, the US Navy uses them. Built from aluminium and therefore lighter, these new powerful craft can cross the channel in around 30 minutes. That means they can make lots more crossings per day, maximising profit and reducing ticket prices.
So this is an example of quite a fast turnaround in Spain.
Kurt Stavis thinks fast ferries are the way ahead. The only high-speed operator running out of Dover at the moment, Kurt wants to go even faster, so he's shopping for one of the new super ships.
The boats that are built today are very efficient and they're fast and they're good. So I think you'll see a brand new industry growing up, which is I would call the second generation fast ferry industry. And they're going to take part of the freight market and a big part of the passenger car market.
And he's not stopping there. Kurt's also planning to move into the now empty Hoverspeed terminal.
We need better port facilities to be able to expand the business with one more boat. So we're a bit under pressure on the moment. We have completely sold out ferries running all day and we need to expand. It's vital for us. So we're in close negotiations with the Dover Harbour Board to be able to do that. It's necessary for our survival.
But speed ferries won't be the only fast ferry operator around for long. That's if Folkestone gets its way. Because while I was hard at work, Colin had gone to play with models. Little changes.
The ferry service that we envisage would be a fast ferry. We believe it would have to be provided on a low-cost basis in order to compete with the other cross-channel operators.
So you'll be able to drive down this road here, around and straight onto the ferry?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. What we really need to do for the town is to make Folkestone and reintroduce Folkestone as a place for people to visit in its own right. And the ferry service would be something of an optional extra. It would be something for people to do once they arrived here.
And how long would it take the ferries to get over to France?
Typically half an hour, 40 minutes.
As well as the ferry, there are plans to build a university along with new flats, bars and restaurants here. And this is where Folkestone's fast ferry will most probably go to, Boulogne, a French port that's reinventing itself too. The town's aquarium is already a major puller, but what the port's boss wants to see are 2 or 3 fast ferries running around the clock from here.
I don't think that the old vessels will remain on this route from Calais to Dover. The market is changing. The use of the fast vessels have terribly changed this market all over the ports. Speed ferries has helped the English visitors to pay less in the fares.
When it comes to fishing for cheap tickets, research shows we passengers are a ruthless bunch. We cruise the internet and snap up the best deals. And fast ferries are changing the cross-channel market. Ticket prices are already lower than 3 years ago, and operators are introducing dynamic pricing. That's high tickets for peak travel, cheaper tickets for unpopular times. But is it better to book the day before you travel, or can you save more reserving way in advance? It was time to talk to a little birdie who had the inside track.
I like to think that things can be done differently. The ferry businesses are traditional large companies, and we're seeing a lot of change in the industry at this point in time.
Nick Warren's ferry website sells the discounted deals he negotiates face-to-face with the operators. The seagull suit is for trade fairs and TV crews, by the way.
The pricing structures are going to change. This summer, for the first time, we've seen an awful lot of one-way tickets going into the marketplace. So over a period of time, the duration you're away is going to become less relevant. It's going to be all about the time of year you want to travel.
So what is the prognosis for the ferry industry's future down in Dover? Best listen to the experts.
We see this as very much a watershed year for Dover. We've virtually reached capacity in very many areas in terms of the port's ability to handle the traffic it's got. So we need to expand the port.
You've got to realise with Dover, Dover is not a town with a port. It is a port with a town, and it is essential that Dover people know exactly what is happening there, because it is the major employer. It basically controls many elements of their lives, and so it's essential to them.
A revolution in how we cross the channel that will rejuvenate Folkestone and give Dover a run for its money? Or just a passing fad, a bit like the hovercraft? One thing's for sure, if you want to see lower, more flexible ferry tickets and 30-minute crossings, the success of this new breed of fast ferry is vital.